Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Hannah Burner, are those the cozy Tommy John pajamas you're buying?
Paige DeSorbo, they are Tommy John. And yes, I'm stocking up because they make the best holiday gifts.
So generous.
Well, I'm a generous girly, especially when it comes to me. So I'm grabbing the softest sleepwear, comfiest underwear, and best fitting loungewear.
So nothing for your bestie.
Of course, I'm getting my dad, Tommy John. Oh, and you, of course.
It's giving holiday gifting made easy.
Exactly. Cozy, comfy, everyone's happy. Gift everyone on your list, including yourself, with Tommy John and get 30% off site-wide right now at TommyJohn.com/comfort.
This holiday season, connection with the kids we love is the best gift of all. Right now, kids on average are spending between 5 to 9 hours a day on screens. And studies link heavy use to rising anxiety and depression, with social media being at the center of it all. That's why Gab makes kid-safe phones and watches. No internet, no social media, just the right features for their age. With Gab's Tech in Steps approach, kids get the right tech at the right time. So if a phone is on your child's wish list, make it a Gab, the gift of safe connection. For an exclusive holiday offer, visit gab.com/getgab and use code GETGAB. That's GABB.com/getgab. Gab. Tech in Steps. Independence for them. Peace of mind for you.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Hannah Burner, are those the cozy Tommy John pajamas you're buying?
Paige DeSorbo, they are Tommy John. And yes, I'm stocking up because they make the best holiday gifts.
So generous.
Well, I'm a generous girly, especially when it comes to me. So I'm grabbing the softest sleepwear, comfiest underwear, and best fitting loungewear.
So nothing for your bestie.
Of course, I'm getting my dad, Tommy John. Oh, and you, of course.
It's giving holiday gifting made easy.
Exactly. Cozy, comfy, everyone's happy. Gift everyone on your list, including yourself, with Tommy John and get 30% off site-wide right now at TommyJohn.com/comfort.
Hello, I'm Sarah, and welcome to the Whispering Woods After Dark. I've been meaning to do this subject for quite some time, and I've finally got round to it. Are you ready for the story? A slate grey dawn washes over the water. 3 figures wade into the dam, their white clothing ghostly against the inky lake. The prophet leads the way, voice low and urgent in Shona prayer. Behind him, 2 men follow with hesitant steps. In the prophet's hands glint shards of a broken clay pot, tied with strips of red cloth. A desperate charm against whatever dwells underneath. He has promised his flock they will drive out the mermaids that haunt these waters. They advance chest deep into the pool, Ripples spread in widening circles around their bodies. The night is unnaturally calm. Then a splash, violent, sudden, erupts just beyond them. The men stop, water sloshing around their waists. The prophet's chanting falters as a shape breaks the surface. Luminous eyes in the dark. A woman's form where no woman should be. He gasps, legs turn to lead. Later, he'll say it felt like electricity coursing through him, blocking every muscle. In that moment, a soft hiss rises from the depths, almost a laugh. The terrified prophet drops the pot shards and managed to choke out a warning. Kuna kwepai zukirai. There is danger here. Go back. But it's too late. Behind him, the two men suddenly yelp and stagger, struggling as if hands have seized their ankles. One man's eyes go wide in the dim light. He reaches out, but only grasps empty air. With a final splash, both are pulled under. The prophet lunges to grab them. Too slow. Rings of disturbance ripple out, then close, erasing any sign of the men. The water returns to an innocent stillness. On the distant shore, a lone nightjar bird screeches an alarm into the fading darkness. The prophet staggers back, shaking, his cries echoing over the water. But no answer comes from below. The two men have vanished, leaving only silence and the faint scent of wet earth. They call them Njuzu. In the folklore of Zimbabwe's Shona people, a Njuzu is no Disney mermaid. It's a capricious, elusive water spirit, half woman and half fish, that lurks in rivers, lakes, and deep pools. Mention the word in rural villages, and you might get a cautious nod or a fearful glance at the nearest water source. These mer beings are said to drown people, abduct the lonely, and bewitch the greedy. Yet in the same breath, elders will tell you a Njuzu can also bestow great gifts, healing powers, wealth, even magic, but always at a price. Throughout southern Africa, dark water spirits swim just below the surface of everyday life. The Chua fishermen of Malawi speak of sirens in Lake Malawi. Temptresses with long braided hair whose haunting songs carry over the waves. In Zambia and the Congo, there are tales of the Mamba Muntu, a serpent-tailed mermaid, said to control the rains and curse those who offend the rivers. Even along the coast of Mozambique, folklore warns of beautiful maidens of the sea, with skin like sails and voices like the wind, who lure sailors to their doom on the reefs. Though names and details differ, Njuzu in Zimbabwe, Mamlambo in South Africa, Mamibota in West Africa, the threads are familiar. Water spirits who are fickle, powerful, and sometimes deadly. In Zimbabwe, many Shona believe ancestral spirits reside in the water, and a mermaid is one of their guises. Village tradition states that certain lakes or rivers are sacred homes of the Njuzu. Entering those waters without permission is courting disaster. If a person mysteriously drowns or disappears, people don't always blame currents or crocodiles. Often they point to the water spirit. One common tale says the Njuzu may carry a person down to its underwater home. If the family wails and mourns prematurely, the captive will never return. If they remain calm and perform the proper rituals, brewing traditional beer, sprinkling snuff, making offerings, the person might be sent back by the mermaid, forever changed. Those who return from Njuzu's realm come back different. They might wake up on a riverbank days or even years later, strangely unharmed. Speaking of having lived among the water people, often they emerge with uncanny abilities, healing herbs no one taught them, or knowledge of secrets never uttered on land. Such individuals are swiftly apprenticed as spirit mediums or traditional healers, said to have been trained by the Njuzu in the depths. These initiates are respected and a little feared. They've gone where mortals aren't meant to go. But for every fortunate initiate, there are others who never return. A Njuzu's wrath is feared as much as her favour. Entire families carry legends of loved ones taken by the water, bodies never found. In one village, it might be a child who vanished in the river decades ago. In another, a pair of ants pulled under when they foolishly tried to bathe in a sacred pool. The land is peppered with these cautionary tales. Do not swim after dark. Do not mock the water. Never kill a python by the river. It might be the mermaid's watchman. And if you hear someone calling your name from the water, no, you didn't. Keep walking. Even the devout and educated are not immune to the dread. Over the years, Zimbabwe has seen public panics over mermaids. Not so long ago, in 2012, construction on 2 dams ground to a halt after workers fled, terrified by something in the water. This wasn't folklore in a far-off village. It was reported in the news and even discussed in Parliament. At Osborne Dam, near the eastern side of Muter, and at a reservoir in the Gokwe region, labourers installing water pumps became convinced that mermaids, Njuzu, were harassing them. The crew spoke of strange mechanical failures and eerie sights. One man swore he saw a pale hand reach up from the depths before a pump jammed. Another, condescending underwater to check equipment, resurfaced trembling and refused to say what he'd seen down in the dark. Machines broke inexplicably. People were disappearing or quitting on the spot, vowing never to return. Desperate to finish the project, the Water Resources Minister tried sending in a team of outsiders, contractors who supposedly didn't believe in mermaids. They lasted mere hours before scrambling out of the dam, ashen-faced and refusing to dive again. One foreign engineer muttered about something moving down there that I can't explain. And that was that. No one else dared go in. Ultimately, the government bowed to tradition. They brought in traditional healers and village chiefs to perform appeasement rituals. Under a cloudy sky, elders slaughtered a cow on the banks and poured calabashes of home-brewed beer into the water as offerings. Drum beats echoed across the valley in a ceremonial plea for peace with the angry spirits. Only after these rites were performed, and perhaps after the Njuzu had drunk their fill of beer, did the dam project resume. To modern engineers, it was superstitious theatre. but to the locals, it was the only way to lift the curse. In Zimbabwe, belief in the Njuzu runs deep, deeper even than the murky dam waters. The duality of the mermaid in African lore, healer or killer, giver or taker, makes her a figure of both reverence and terror. She might save you from drowning today and drown you tomorrow. She might grandly offer you riches, then demand the life of your favourite child in return. One village proverb warns, "The hand of the Njuzu gives with one hand and takes with the other." In this part of the world, water itself is alive and watching. A calm lake can very well hide a vengeful spirit. And when the sun goes down, even the most hardened skeptic may think twice about tempting fate along the lonely shore of a mermaid pool. Lake Kariba. The name in local Tonga language, Kariva, the trap, hints at its dark reputation. This vast reservoir on the Zambezi River, straddling Zimbabwe and Zambia, is an engineering marvel. The world's largest man-made lake by volume, held back by a colossal dam wall. The Kariba Dam's history is soaked in blood. When colonial authorities began to build it in the 1950s, Tonga elders warned them the river god would be angered. That god was Nyami, often seen as a dragon-like river serpent, guardian of the Zambezi. Sure enough, in 1958, a sudden unprecedented flood, some say Nyami's thrashing tail, destroyed part of the nearly complete dam and swept away several workers. The bodies of those men were never found. After another deadly flood the following year, construction was stalled and panic set in. Finally, the desperate engineers consulted tribal elders who sacrificed a white ox and poured its blood into the river as an offering. Only then did the angry waters relent, allowing the dam to be finished. Today, the Nyami is remembered in carved totems sold at tourist markets. A fake tale, perhaps. Yet to many who live by Kariba's shores, the lake remains haunted by spirits that neither forgive or forget. Kariba's water demons may be more than just Nyami. Over the decades, whispers have grown that mermaids patrol the vast lake as well, especially near the dam wall, where the waters run unfathomably deep. Old fishermen tell stories of strange lights bobbing under the surface on new moon nights, keeping pace with their boats as if escorting or stalking them. Others speak of hearing their names called out across the water, a melodious female voice carrying over the waves. Experienced captains refuse to respond, no matter how human the cry sounds. They know it's a trick of the Njuzu. Several have reported sudden storms that come from nowhere, churning the lake into fury and nearly capsizing boats, then vanishing just as quickly. They were warning me away, one Kariba fishing guide says quietly of the waves that almost swallowed him one afternoon. I was getting too close to their island. The dam itself has seen its share of mysterious incidents. Maintenance crews on night shift sometimes complain of odd problems, tools vanishing from where they were set down, deep thrumming noises that reverberate through the concrete in the small hours of morning. or the inexplicable sense that someone is in the water watching as they inspect the spillway gates. In the 1990s, a diver performing a routine underwater inspection reportedly emerged in panic, refusing to speak of what had spooked him. His colleagues only got a mumble, "better face in the dark," before the man quit the job entirely. Certain veteran workers at Kariba Dam will make the sign of the cross or mutter a protection prayer before descending into the dam's bowels. Call it superstition, but they swear the lake has ears and eyes, best not to rouse its anger. Stranger still are the stories of vanishing workers. One tale goes that some years ago, 2 security guards making their rounds atop the dam one moonless night simply disappeared. Come morning, their boots and caps were found neatly placed near the edge of the wall, as if deliberately set down. The men were never seen again. An investigation yielded nothing. No signs of a fall, no bodies in the turbulent tail race below. The official report chalked it up as an unfortunate double drowning or a possible defection. But the townsfolk of Kariba had their own explanation. The Njuzu had taken them. Perhaps the men grew curious at a whisper from the dark water and leaned too far over. Perhaps they even saw a gorgeous figure with long hair floating just beneath the surface, beckoning. And in that moment of enchantment, the mermaid's cold white arms reached up and pulled them down to join her in the depths. Kariba's reputation spread beyond Zimbabwe's borders. It's said in Zambia that Lake Kariba is cursed by spirits, which is why accidents plague it. Some Zambian Kariba ferry operators burn herbs and offer snuff tobacco to the lake, just as a precaution. Entire stretches of Lake Kariba's shore are avoided by lakeside communities, coves where mermaids are known to live, places where cattle or people have drowned under odd circumstances. One such place is a tranquil inlet not far from the dam, where fishermen refuse to cast their nets. They say it's the mermaid's nursery. Enter at your own risk. Local law claims that those who fish that cove at night sometimes hear a woman weeping, and if you're foolish enough to investigate the sound, a pale shape will rise from the water and you'll never come home. Not all who encounter the mermaids meet a gruesome end. Some live to tell of bizarre otherworldly journeys beneath the water, or have others tell it for them, for often their own tongues fall silent from the trauma and wonder of it. In Zimbabwe and surrounding regions, there are stories of people taken by mermaids who later return alive, forever transformed. These are the initiates, the chosen ones, who went to the brink of death or beyond, and came back with the mark of the Njuzu upon them. Justina Bio, a respected spirit medium from a rural village in Sikh, north of Harare. Justina's family says she vanished at age 7, swallowed by the Hunyani River while playing on the banks. The villagers searched for her body for an entire day in vain. Everyone feared the worst. Yet, as night fell, her parents refused to hold a funeral or wail in grief. They remembered the old teaching: if a Njuzu has taken your child, do not cry. Instead, appease the spirit, So they gathered the village elders and performed a midnight ritual by the river's edge. Offerings of traditional beer, snuff and roasted grain cast into the currents. Prayers recited into the reeds. The very next afternoon, little Justina was found sitting calmly on a log by the river, dripping wet but unharmed. In a soft, strange voice, she told her stunned family, "I was with Buavari Mumvura. The grandmother in the water was looking after me." As Justina grew, it became clear she was different. She knew things a child shouldn't. She could describe the exact layout of a glittering underwater cavern where mermaids danced to the sound of distant drums. She could hum ancient songs no one recognized. And when she did, elders would straighten in astonishment. Those were songs to call spirits that only trained mediums used. By her teens, Justina began healing people with herbal remedies. She said her underwater grandmother taught her. The local Ananga, traditional healer, took her under her wing, confirming what everyone suspected. The girl had spent a day in the Njuzu's realm and had been initiated as a healer. They are ancestral spirits with good intentions, Justina explained. If treated well, the Njuzu gave her knowledge to heal the community, but she warns with a faraway look. If disrespected, they can turn vile and vengeful. And an even more astonishing account surfaced in recent years from the southwestern corner of Zimbabwe, near Njuzu. In this rural district, the legend of Rowe has become the stuff of hushed conversations and wide-eyed disbelief. Rowe Chiwakwa was 8 years old in 1982 when she allegedly drowned in the Mwinzi River. Her family never recovered her body. She was presumed dead, perhaps taken by a crocodile or washed away. Fast forward 40 years, one morning in a village miles away, a woman in her late 40s walked out of the river shallows, naked and confused, but looking inexplicably youthful. More like a 20-year-old than someone nearing 50. She gave her name as Rowe and claimed to be the long-lost girl. In her eyes was a vacant, distant stare, as if part of her was still elsewhere. The locals were shocked. The woman did resemble the Chiwakwa family's lost daughter. She had the same gap in her front teeth, the same birthmark on her left thigh that an elder remembered from childhood. Yet how could it be her, unchanged by age? She was unable or unwilling to speak for several days. A local spirit medium who examined her announced that Rowe had been living in the water all those years among the mermaids. Rowe had been kept young by the Njuzu's magic. Time moves differently in their world. She reportedly refused to eat normal food, only accepting millet porridge and fish, and shunned meat from four-legged animals, a taboo often associated with those who have encountered water spirits. Strangest of all were the reports of Rowe disappearing at will. Neighbours swore that on some nights she would simply vanish from her hut, only to be found the next morning wandering by a distant riverbank, feet wet, as if the mermaid still summoned her back periodically. It said she now lives under the care of an elder healer who is guiding her to harness whatever powers she brought from the depths. Many expect that if she ever fully readjusts to our world, Roe will become an enormously powerful Sangoma, traditional doctor, thanks to the 4 decades of otherworldly apprenticeship. For every returned initiate, like Justina or Roe, there are others who remain missing beneath the waters. In eastern Zimbabwe, along the Save River, a 16-year-old girl was rumoured to have been taken by a Njuzu. And despite months of ceremonies and prayers, her family could not retrieve her. She has married the water, the village elders finally sighed, resigning to her fate. In the Caprivi region of Nambia, across the Zambezi, there is a tale of a young fisherman who vanished for 3 days and came back with hair chalk white and a 1,000-yard stare. He never spoke again, but spent the rest of his life carving beautiful wooden figurines of mermaids. When asked how he learned to carve like that, he would only shake his head and occasionally hum a strange lullaby that made listeners uneasy. These stories carry a consistent lesson. To encounter a mermaid is to face the supernatural directly. Some encounters are fatal, some enlightening, but none leave a person unchanged. Often the abductee returns with a price for their gifts. Many are mute for weeks or permanently. The mermaid demands eternal silence on the encounter, as some legends say. Others suffer a lingering longing, a pull toward water whenever they hear a river flowing or a spring gurgling, as if part of their soul remains submerged. Families too must be cautious. A returned Njuzu initiate is both a blessing and a potential curse. They must observe taboos, no loud crying in their presence, careful respect for water spirits in all family rites, lest the mermaid become displeased and take them back or afflict the household. Mermaid lore isn't confined to big famous lakes alone. Small dams and rivers have their own chilling stories. In 2023, near the city of Muter, a seemingly ordinary water reservoir named Fern Valley Dam became the stage for a strange encounter that locals attribute to a mermaid. On a cloudy afternoon, a family arrived at this quiet dam, seeking spiritual cleansing for a troubled teenage girl. The girl's father had enlisted a traditional healer, a middle-aged woman, to perform an exorcism ritual by the water, an attempt to cast out whatever curse or spirit was plaguing the child. Fern Valley Dam was calm that day, hardly a ripple disturbing its surface as they waded in. The father stood anxiously by while the healer started her chants, sprinkling snuff and water on the girl. What happened next has since been recounted all across Muter's townships. In the middle of the ritual, the teenage girl let out a sudden piercing scream. Her eyes rolled back and her body convulsed. Then, as if yanked by ropes, she was dragged deeper into the pond. The healer lunged to grab her, but immediately cried out that something under the water was pulling her down too. She later described the feeling as if cold, slimy hands wrapped around her legs. The father didn't hesitate. He plunged in to save his daughter. As he reached her, he let out a horrified shout and was himself pulled under in a froth of churning water. By now, witnesses on shore were screaming in alarm. Another man, a relative, dashed into the dam to help, only to be seized by a powerful current or force that swallowed him as well. For long moments, all three were lost beneath the murky water. The onlookers could do nothing but pray or flee in terror. At last the unconscious healer bobbed up, barely kept afloat by her robes. A couple of braver bystanders waded out and dragged the healer and the teenage girl, who had also resurfaced limp as a rag, to safety. The father and other man, however, never reappeared alive. When their bodies were later recovered by police divers, a whisper went around that no water was found in their lungs. They hadn't drowned in the normal way. Instead, each corpse bore a peculiar expression of dread, and the older man's ears and nose were found to be bleeding. Officials ruled it an accidental drowning during a misguided ritual. But the community knew better. To them, Fern Valley Dam's resident Njuzu had been offended by the exorcism. Perhaps the ritual encroached on her territory or aimed to expel a spirit kin to her, and thus exacted a deadly punishment. In the aftermath, local authorities discouraged any future prayer ceremonies at the dam, and a small shrine of flowers and beads was set up near the water by grieving relatives. A quiet propitiation to the mermaid, in hope she will spare others.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. One of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
This holiday season, connection with the kids we love is the best gift of all. Right now, kids on average are spending between 5 to 9 hours a day on screens. And studies link heavy use to rising anxiety and depression, with social media being at the center of it all. That's why Gab makes kid-safe phones and watches. No internet, no social media, just the right features for their age. With Gab's Tech in Steps approach, kids get the right tech at the right time. So if a phone is on your child's wish list, make it a Gab, the gift of safe connection. For an exclusive holiday offer, visit gab.com/getgab and use code GETGAB. That's GABB.com/getgab. Gab. Tech in Steps. Independence for them. Peace of mind for you.
I love it. I love the idea of the mermaids, even though they sound quite fickle. Sometimes you're okay, sometimes you're not. Just depends what you're doing, how they're feeling, I guess. Whether you've annoyed them and they're coming for you, or whether they actually might save you today. I love it. I really do. And I do think there may be something to mermaids. It's one of those creatures where I'm a bit, they are kind of part of the fae folk in like Western cultures. And I'm a bit, about mermaids, that there is something in them. Well, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Hannah Burner, are those the cozy Tommy John pajamas you're buying?
Paige DeSorbo, they are Tommy John. And yes, I'm stocking up because they make the best holiday gifts.
So generous.
Well, I'm a generous girly, especially when it comes to me. So I'm grabbing the softest sleepwear, comfiest underwear, and best fitting loungewear.
So nothing for your bestie.
Of course, I'm getting my dad, Tommy John. Oh, and you, of course.
It's giving holiday gifting made easy.
Exactly. Cozy, comfy, everyone's happy. Gift everyone on your list, including yourself, with Tommy John and get 30% off site-wide right now at TommyJohn.com/comfort.
This holiday season, connection with the kids we love is the best gift of all. Right now, kids on average are spending between 5 to 9 hours a day on screens, and studies link heavy use to rising anxiety and depression, with social media being at the center of it all. That's why Gab makes kid-safe phones and watches. No internet, no social media, just the right features for their age. With Gab's Tech in Steps approach, kids get the right tech at the right time. So if a phone is on your child's wish list, make it a Gab, the gift of safe connection. For an exclusive holiday offer, visit gab.com/getgab and use code GETGAB. That's GABB.com/getgab. Gab. Tech in Steps. Independence for them. Peace of mind for you.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states.
The stories told on the Whispering Woods are inspired by historical records, witness reports, and local folklore. While every effort is made to research and represent events accurately, some details, names, and locations may differ from official accounts or have been changed out of respect for those involved. These episodes are created for storytelling and entertainment purposes and should not be considered definitive fact or investigative journalism.